Alright, so today we have our 6th edition send-off. We are doing an 8,000 points of Eldar versus 8,000 points of Orks. So, this will be our last 6th edition game before we move into 7th, and we wanted to send it off with some style. So, we'll start running through the armies for you.
I'm using Orks, so I have 3 battle wagons here. They make the detachment because they each have a death rolla. So they have a 4+ cover save in the front armor. We have some burner boys in them. We got a little Death Dread mob here. They all have 5+ invuln saves, and they all have it will not die. That's part of their rules. We have some cannons back here. Some Ludas with a shock attack gun. We have an Aegis defense line with a quad gun over here. Some Grots who are manning it. We have a Stampa. His arm broke off, so he's just gonna pretend like he has a gun somewhere located on him. And then over here we have another battle wagon with a kill cannon on top. Nobody's inside, but it has an art case. Well, over here we have Skullhammer. It has 9 looters inside, and it has a big mech with a custom force field. We also have 8 trucks. All trucks are fairly identical. They typically have 11 Orks plus 1 knob. And then there's, most of them have power claws. Most of them are sluggers and choppas. A couple are shootas. This one has a war boss fully kitted out. You know, attack squig, armor, power claw, all that fun jazz. And this one has a warp head inside of it. This is a big mech Stampa. And that one has a lift-a-droppa and claws and all kinds of fun jazz. In reserve, we have 38 bikes. That it consists of 20 regular bikes and then 18 now bikers, with 2 war bosses completely kitted out with all the snazzy stuff. It also includes buggies. Then it also includes all these storm boys, which is about 17 of them. Then inside here is what I have in reserves. So these are all truck boys. These are all truck boys. These are going to be 3 other war tracks armed with the rockets. Then we also have commandos in reserve. We also have 3 DACA jets. And that makes the Orks.
Cool. Alright, so we'll go pan over and check out what the Eldar got. Presto obviously has a very nicely painted up Ork force here. So we'll start on this side for the Eldar. We have 3 Wraith Lords. The avatars down there. We have a Wraith Knight. In here we have a 20-man squad of Storm Guardians. We have a Farseer over there. We have Uriel is actually with these Wraith blades there that are armed with the axes. 8-man squad of Rangers. 6-man squad of bikes back here. We have 6 Wraith Guard with a Farseer on a jet bike. Then we have a Wave Serpent, another Wave Serpent, another Wave Serpent. We have 2 Fire Prisms. We have 5 Dark Reapers. Back here there is a Vol weapon support battery armed with Shadow Weavers. 2 Vipers with star cannons. We have the Night Spinner there. That would be an Eldar Reverend Titan. We have another Wave Serpent. There's the Eldar Aegis defense line over here. Behind that there are 2 squadrons of Guardians. There's the Eldar Lynx. Then we have 2 Falcons over there. So, in reserves, we have 3 flyers. We have a Razor Wing jet fighter. We have the Nightwing Interceptor from Forge World, and then we have the Hemlock Wraith Fighter. In reserves, we also have 2 squads of 3 Warwalkers each, all armed with shuriken cannons. We have a squad of Scorpions and another squad of Scorpions. This one is led by Karandros. And then in reserve, we also have 2 squads of Swooping Hawks down there, a squad of Eldar Corsairs, a squad of Warp Spiders, and then inside of transports, we have Wraith Guard armed with D-Scythes, 10 Dire Avengers, 10 Dire Avengers, and 6 Fire Dragons. So, we're going to start the game off here pretty quick, and we'll let you know how things go. Presto, anything to add?
Let the games begin.
So we started the game out here. The Eldar got the first turn. We moved around. The lines moved up here, shuffled around a little bit to make sure all the vehicles moved. The strategic assets that Mark and I, or Presto and I chose, are he took Blind Barrage. So he sets up a line starting from there, going all the way over to there, and I cannot shoot through that line. So the majority of my army just sat back and didn't shoot. But I was able to sneak a couple things around the edges of that. All I did over here was stunned a truck, but over here I managed to take out all 3 of those battle wagons and a few of the Burnaboys inside. And that was majority done with D weapons there. We're moving into the Orks first turn, and we're gonna probably change up the board quite a bit here because I think he's got a lot of moving to do. Alright, back in a bit. Presto, explain to us what happened during the Ork turns.
Well, the Orks did Orky things. They all rushed forward, they ran forward, these guys sprinted up as fast as they could, these guys ran up. Then we started the shootings beginnings. See every single big shooter here? Yeah, everyone missed. Everyone. Who cares about armor saves? They just miss. This guy hit, but then nothing happened. This guy shot his weapons, nothing happened. This guy shot his big cannon, scattered off the table, which is a massive 10-inch blast, strength 9, AP 3, and all that fun jazz. Strength 10, AP 1, excuse me. But he did shoot his big shooter that managed to cause a wound on the Wraith Lord that was right here. So, you know, small things count. This guy shot, everything missed. And then we got to the good game. This guy, big cannon, massive 10-inch blast, landed right here, killed 8 Guardians, wounded a Wraith Lord, and did a ton of damage. Then we shot 4 twin-link crack missiles, finished off the Wraith Lord, kaboom. And then the Luda shot, and they didn't really do squat anyways. Oh. Over here, we had some Ludas. They just took some quick little pot shots at the Falcons over there. They all missed. And then the Shock Attack guy shot, and he rolled doubles, but it scattered off the board anyways. It doesn't matter anyways. And that was my turn.
So overall, fairly poor shooting from the Orks.
Yes, very
as usual. Remember, we did have that blind barrage, so he was trying to work around. He couldn't see most of the army to target in the middle there. So did whittle away at the flanks there. Now we're starting turn 2 in a little bit, and all the restrictions here are gone, and it's probably going to be a bloodbath from both sides. All right, back at next turn. Okay, we had the Eldar did their turn 2. As you can see, they moved up quite a bit. We had a lot come on from reserves. We had Warwalkers and Scorpions come on from reserves over there. The Razorwing Jet Fighter came on, as well as the other Warwalkers, and the Scorpions with Karandros are up there now. During the shooting phase, we took out a few trucks, which caused a bunch of boys to get out. We did, what was it, 10 hull points to the Stampa? Mm-hmm. So, killed a bunch of Killicans and Dreads over there. These Wraith Blades decided that they should charge a Killican, and they're still locked in combat. Other than that, we killed a few Burnaboys, and we took some hull points off of the Skullhammer. So, not a terrible amount of damage done, but the Super Heavies definitely got wounded during that. So the Orks have started their turn. They got a couple jets coming on and are starting to move around, but we'll bring it back at the end of the next Ork turn. Oh, also for the Eldar, a bunch of warp spiders, corsairs, and swooping hawks came in. They did some damage, and the swooping hawks actually got shot up pretty bad by the quad gun. All right, so the Orks had their turn. The Stompa went up there to assault the Wraith Knight. Did 4 wounds to it, I believe. Fair bit of shooting took place. Some of the Eldar stuff did die. We lost those War Walkers there. The Scorpions over here got assaulted by 3 squads of boys, and this Stompa turned around to shoot all the stuff that came in from reserve off of backfield. The Stompa failed his charge roll, so those Corsairs up there are safe. Those Ludas are running back. And we, at the assault here, the 3 squads attack. Karandros, I think, had to make 32 saves. He lost 1 wound. We should explain that for the Apocalypse mission here, during the last Eldar turn and the last Ork turn here, the Apocalypse calls for us to re-roll every single dice roll of a 1. So Karandros was able to tank that with his 2+ armor save pretty well. Otherwise, fair bit of destruction, and we're gonna take a break and come back later. Okay, we have a view from the other side of the board here. Eldar moved up, made a pretty big push here, cleared out most everything there. You'll notice that there are no longer 3 Ork super heavies. They were wheeled down before, and they got finished off this turn. All 3 of them exploded in giant explosions and pretty much cleaned up that side of the board pretty good. That battle wagon is destroyed, that truck's destroyed, that truck's destroyed, that truck's destroyed, and we're looking a little thin on the Ork side. But Presto has a large number of reserves coming in just a little bit. Alright, things swung around a bit here. You'll notice that the Ork side is repopulated. You had a good horde of, what, 30-something bikes came on?
38 bikes. And
then there's a large number of them being knob bikers. There's also a bunch of buggies, and Daka Jet came in. So, fair amount of damage. You'll know that the Eldar have been pushed back. They pretty much cleared out the backfield there and did quite a bit of killing. So, the Eldar are going to strike back and see what they can do. Alright, we ran through the top of 4. Eldar did pretty good. They're pushing back and kind of wiping a lot of Orks. Those guys got killed. We did a lot of shooting, took stuff out there. One of the Daka Jets went down. We got some big holes over here. Uriel went solo and charged a bunch of guys on his own, as did the Wraith Blade, stuck in there with the big mech. Over here, these Orks just come on at the top of their, or the start of their turn, but he assaulted 3 bikes and killed them, and I think the Orks are after revenge. So, we're going to be at the bottom of 4 when we come back. Alright, the Orks went. Not too much happened. We have a bunch of guys move up. These guys are still surrounding as they came on from reserve. They're not allowed to assault in that first turn, but with their pistols they did break the Corsair Prince's shadow field. So over here the Wraith Blade and Big Mech remain locked in combat, and we're going to see what the Eldar can do and if they can start cleaning up some of this stuff. Alright.